Hello everyone and welcome back to Masters of Trading. This is How to Be a Millionaire Part 2. So jumping straight into the magic, we have the 15-minute chart on what I was showing you in Part 1. So Part 1, we covered the 4-hour chart, where if you are trading the 4-hour chart and looking for perfect trades, you could get, a couple of trades a week maybe, but you only want one. And if these perfect trades in the week move 5 to 15% in one week and 20% to 40% in a prior week. So generally, that you should be guaranteed these kind of 3% returns if you trade what is in front of you and if you're disciplined. So here in Part 2, what we're doing is we're looking at the 15-minute chart, and what we're going to try and do is try and identify where it looked like a really good trade and where we could, make our 3% a week. So in this case, what we will do in the 15-minute chart, we will try and identify what trades we could have taken, what looked perfect in the week, just using the whip trend multi-asset indicator to see where we could have made at least 1% per trade. So going into the chart, what we will do is we'll zoom in this area here, and what we will do is we'll just try and pick what looks like really good trades on whip trend. So let's have a look at Sunday. We've got a push down here in link, and then we have another one. ADA makes this low here, but in essence, we have all the crypto market is making lower lows here. Band down here, ADA down here. So all the crypto are making lower lows, but the relative price is making high lows. And whip trend down here. So this for me would be a very good trade. So let's identify that with the vertical line. Then over here, Saturday, we've got a buy here, we've got a buy here and a buy here on this indicator, but we've got true wave on the relative price. Then we've got another push here. So even on Saturday, this isn't looking good because this is quite a lot of strength in the sell-off here. So we wouldn't really want to take any trades there. Potential buy signal here. And because of this, maybe it would have been a legitimate short-term trade. So let's do that. That was at 2 o'clock in the morning. So potential buy there. Then moving back to Friday, let's have a look at Friday. So Friday, we have buy signal here, relative price, relative price, relative price. If anything, I would say around this area. Where was that? So press, push, turns into a buy, turns into a buy. So this one possibly where the market's turning into a buy, and we have great divergence in here. So that's a buy signal, and that's valid. So we will do Option and V for our vertical line. Moving back, that's a big push. This is a good sell-off here. So this could have been legitimate for a decent bounce in the market. And that was a good push there. Maybe not. Nope, would not have taken that. This is a push. Yes, this is a push. Some of these crypto look like they could do with a bit of a bounce. So maybe let's say, okay, let's have a look at a long there. Then on Wednesday, we have a buy signal here, especially on ADA, maybe going for the ADA. Tuesday, we have a buy signal here. Then we have another buy signal here. I would go for, yes, all getting closer to the 0 line. So let's take the buy signal there. And then also let's take this buy signal in here because again, we're getting close to that 0 line. So let's take that buy signal. And then Monday, sell, pushing, no. And then back to Sunday. So anyway, let's have a look how many potential trades we had there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So potentially 7 trades there that looked good and followed our strategy. So zooming in here. So what we could do with them. It's a bit far away, that's the only thing. But anyway, let's just take it from the mix to a bit of a pump. So that's like some of these like did 2.5. Yeah, so maybe an average of about 1.6, which is quite cool. Then we'll move to this one and we'll see what happened here. So this one went 3%, 5% on some. Link went 17. So this is the 15-minute chart we're trading. So we would have had 1% from the first one. You would have had possible multiples of percent there. We'll drag you across. And then, so this is another trade here. Let's have a look here. So we've got some there. AVAX 2.5, 4.5, NEO 6.7. Then we've got around here. So let's take from here. Yeah, again, 1, 2, 3, link 6, band 41, gone up 41%, come down 50 odd percent. And then this one over here, we will take you there. Zoom in a bit there, and let's say take it from this level. So we've got again 1, 2, 3, 3.3 band 12, ADA 6, ADA here 3 to 4 to 6 if you'd have held it, and then this is like 6 hours. This one here turned into a buy 1, 2.4, and then this one over here, which is on a Sunday. We have the market here, so you've got 2% in some there. You've got Lens gone 7%, NEO it's gone 7, 9, 13, 17, 18. And this is still going, so 18% within 11 hours. So out of those 7 trades, you should have made at least 1% on each, and if not, an overperformance on some. So now let's have a look at the focus indicator and just see the last 3 examples of where we could have made some money. Zooming in, let's have a look at this first one here. Let's have a look. Let's turn this into white, so we know this is the one we're focusing on. And we're going to zoom in a little bit. So now what we need to decide here is which cryptos did we need to be in. So the white line, Bitcoin's a mess, Ethereum's a mess, Litecoin's a mess, Ripple's a mess, BNB's a mess, ADA looks good. ADA looks good. So we've got ADA. NEO's a mess. We know that NEO goes on a ripper, but it looks a mess there. It's already set off. Stella's a mess. That's a mess. Band. Beautiful. Beautiful buy on Band. In fact, Band was probably the best, even against AVAX and Lend. So Lend looked good. AVAX looked good. Comp looked good. Link was going up against those, going down against Band. So Band a preference, really. But ADA, Band, Link, and then Lend and AVAX. So then if we go back to this, and we have a look here. So we had Band, ADA. So if we would have gone in, Band and ADA, measure. So from here, if we'd have gone in Band, we would have been at 3.5% in 2.5 hours. AVAX, 4.5. Lend, 6.6. And Band, to say Band looks so good against everything else, 3.4%. So this is just the 15-minute chart. This is just one trade over weekend. You would have netted your full week's target in just a couple of hours. Comp as well. Comp and Lend were looking good. So this is why diversification is also important. You don't just say, okay, Band looks the best, I'm putting all my money on Band. We need to have diversification, because if Band just went sideways, which it could, we're actually putting the odds in our favor by splitting our portfolio up between Band, ADA, Lend, Comp. We know that when we're doing that, you've got more chance of, Band making 3.8, AVAX making 4.5, Comp making 6, Lend making 6.9. So just those, you would have brought your average up. reduced your risk on just having one asset, and you would have had multiple assets, and your average would have been brought up with these two overperformers. So that's just one example there on Sunday. And let's go back to the next one, and we will turn you into white. No, let's turn you into pink. And then let's go back to the chart and look at the focus. Let me delete these. So the pink one is where we're looking. So mess, mess, mess. Litecoin was going up against everything there. Messy, messy, messy. ADA was going up against everything there and quite closely packed. So ADA. And mess, mess. Comp was going down. Mess, mess. So everything around here was a bit of a mess. So if anything, ADA was actually starting to go up. So then if we zoom in and just have a look at ADA, and we actually see that ADA was the only overperformer there. So ADA would have netted you that. Yep, 1.7 clearing fees, about 1.5% clearing fees. So then the last one to have a look at is this blue one. So let's have a look at the blue one there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit just to make our lives easy. Let's ignore the lines for the second. Okay, so the blue, we are looking for something clean at the bottom. So if anything, again, ADA pushing up against most. Link and band can see that it would be a case of sell ADA and buy those two. So it should mean that Link and band overperform ADA in this case. Down here, we've got VChain is a buy against most, apart from Link and band. Neo looks good against others. Comp. And then here we have Link, which was a buy, and then even band here was a beautiful buy against everything else. So if anything, we have potentially ADA, Neo, band, Link, comp. So then if we go back to this screen and we have another quick look there. There we go. Put the ruler on, and we're going to take the average of that. So what did we have? We had ADA, which did 3.4. We had Link, which did 3.8. We had band, which was 11.2. So that would have basically cleared 11% and the fees. And then what else was there? It was mainly those three, wasn't it? And Neo, but Neo only went up 1.82% only. So even here, just coming into weekend, you would have had 3 trades, which would have netted you, over 1%, way over 1%, way over 5%. Some of these like jumped 40%. Again, just trading this, you would have made some good money, even just in the weekend. So this goes to show you can make your 3% in a weekend if you choose the correct trades. So we won't go into all of these because basically all we've just shown you is that you can do this in 3 separate trades over a weekend if you put the work in. So you can carry on working your day job, earning some money, earning your salary, and also learning to trade and then trading over the weekend, just making 1%, 1%, 1%. Even if these trades, some of them would have netted you 40%, 20%, 30%. So again, this is just showing you how it's possible. You can either choose the 4-hour charts and just trade one perfect trade a week. If you can catch that trade and gain 20%, 40%, guaranteeing at least your 3% a week. Or you can be a bit more aggressive, utilize the 15-minute chart and really go for the jugular and really try and hit that million target in as little time as possible. Or at least hit that million target as fast as you can. Because as soon as you hit the million target, this is when we can really push on with making life-changing amounts of money. So let's go back over to the compounding chart. So just something I wanted to touch on is, you don't need that 10,000 starter pot. Even if you start with 1,000, you can slowly but surely accumulate some wealth. So even year one, going from 1,000 to 4,500, you're nearly halfway to your 10,000 pot. And one way you can do this is every month you could put an extra £100 in. So a 1,000 starter pot, and then every 4 weeks when you get paid, you put another £100 or £200 in. you will get closer to this 10,000. Okay. So what I will do, okay, guys, so what I've just done here, I just took a few moments aside to create you a bit of a screener. So what I was saying was, when we have 1,000, you can still get to this million target. It just takes a little bit longer, but because of the power of compounding, after year one, going from 1,000, you would hit 4,500 after year one. Moving on from that, year two is 4,500 to 21,000. And then we've got 21,000 to 100,000, and then 100,000 to 467,000. I've created a bit extra here just to show you in year five, you would go from 467 up to 2.2 million. So this just shows you how amazing compounding is. But then what I've just created is a little spreadsheet here called adding. So it's taking your 1,000 entry level number and adding £200 every month. So whenever you get paid your salary, you say, okay, I'm going to put another £200 into my trading account. And just within year one, you can go from having £1,000 up to £10,500 within the first year. So you would have doubled your money just adding £200 every month out of your salary. Then into year two, adding £200 every month once again, you go from £10,500 to £54,000. Now what you will see is that the power of adding 200 doesn't make a huge difference. So year three, you can forget that and just focus on your trading. So then year three, you're at 250,000, and then year four, you're at 1.2 million, more or less. So that just goes to show you can start with 1,000, add in a little every month, and then the compounding can get you to that million within 4 years. And then as an extra push, you can see that year five, you would go up to 5.5 million. So this is just how magic compound interest is. And this is, saying that you can start with a smaller account. You can even go to your 10,000 and then add your 200s for a couple of years, and you'd be at your million in as before. You can see that the £200 don't really make a lot of difference when you start with 10,000. So here we have a little trading for percent spreadsheet that I created, and it basically goes through a potential investing scenario. So what we have here is the trading pot. So how much money do you have? So whatever you have, we don't want to risk more than 25% of our wealth. So if we have 100,000, what we're going to do for this example, we're going to risk 20,000. So that's actually 20% risk. So if you've got 10,000 and you're going to risk 1,500, it will tell you your risk is 15%. But in this example, we're going to say 100,000, and then we're going to say we're going to risk 20,000 in trades. So that's 20% risk. So then we've got 20,000 over here. Then what we have is our scenario. So we have an 80,000 safety pot, because obviously we're risking 20,000. So we've still got 80,000 sat there as our hodl or safety pot. Then we have our risk pot. And at the moment, no overperformance, no overlocked. But on a steady week of trading, we make our 3% minimum, and we go from 20,000 to 20,600. And then basically we have quite a few steady weeks here where we're just making the 3%. This isn't saying only overperformance. And then here in week 9, we have a great week. So we actually have a bit of a bumper. We make about $5,000. So instead of having 26,000, we have 30,000. Then what we can say is, okay, so by week 10, you have 32,000, and you've got an overperformance here from what you should have of like 5,200. So what do you want to do with that 5,200? Well, you can keep trading and knock some weeks off your 3-year target, or we can lessen our risk and increase our safety margin. So what we are going to do is we're going to take this 5,200, swipe it over into our safety pot, and keep trading as if we hadn't had any overperformance. So then we're back to 27.7, and we have a steady week. Then we have another steady week, and then we make a miscalculation or an error, and the market goes against us. And then we have $28,600 of some tokens. So they're locked, but you own the tokens. So you still haven't lost any money. The money's just locked. Then what we do is we say, okay, let's carry on as before. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the money that we've locked. So we're going to take 28,600 from our safety pot, from our backup funds, and put it into our trading pot and carry on trading. And we make 3% and we're at 29.4. So in this scenario, we have our HODL safety pot is now down to 56.6. We've got our trading pot is at 29.4 and we have a load of locked coins. Then we have a steady week, and a great week. And then in this great week, like we predicted a few weeks ago, we were expecting a decent bounce. You have your trading pot, your safety backup pot. You have your trading pot, which has had a bumper week. And you have your locked pot, which has actually gone up in value. So then what we can say is, okay, let's de-risk. Let's cash in on those. So then what you do is your locked pot, you sell it back into US dollar tether or pound or euros, and it goes back into your safety pot. You have the overperformance. It's like, okay, what do you want to do? Then we have two choices: keep going to reach target faster, or do you want to lessen the risk and increase your safety margins? Well, if we know slow and steady wins the race, it's like, okay, well, let's keep the 3-year target in mind. Let's swipe over the profits, or let's leave it, or whatever. So we don't do that yet. We have a steady week here, and then we say, okay, you know what? We're over performance here. We have an overperformance here of 3,000. And then what we decide to do on this week is we swipe it over into our safety pot. So now we're at 88.5. And we have a trading pot that is still growing nicely. That's at 37,400. In total, what we have then is we have our safety pot is at 88.5. We have a trading pot at 37.4. And in total, that's 125,900. So just going from that, we're at 25,900 extra of what we previously had. And this 20,000, we've turned it into 37,000 and then some. Our trading pot of 37,400 is on target for our 3-year achievement of $1 million. And our HODL safety pot has increased a little bit as well. So this is just a little scenario that I've run through of what we can do and reduce risk. So if you don't have 100,000, if you only have 10,000 to risk, and you only want to risk 2,000 of that, and that's your 20% risk, then we can go back to this addition and we can say, okay, well, we've got 2,000 to risk. We can afford probably out of our salary instead of going out one night. We can say, okay, let's put in 150. That goes like this. So at the end of year 1 of just risking 2,000, you're already at 13,600. And then year 2, we're at 70. Year 3, 322. And year 4, we're at 1.5 million. So I can't really stress more than saying slow and steady wins the race. Safety, always protect your capital. And trading perfect trades. All you have to do is wait for the perfect setup and then you trade. You make more than 3%, whatever. But all we want to do is 3%. And we've shown you with the 4-hour chart and the 15-minute chart, you can way overperform, the 15-minute chart, you can way overperform 1%, several times a week. If you look at Band or if you look at Link or Ada, some of those performances on the 15-minute chart where you've got 7 trades a week and some of them have moved 15%. So these are the things, it's like 3% is easy. So that's just another look at the compounding and some scenarios. And then what we're going to do now is we'll just have a quick look at our Discord channel. And on our Discord, I will have a quick run through about what we have on here. So here we have our events calendar. If we go to our event calendar, we see that we have a Sunday sessions at the moment. It's in the free for all in the analyst voice chat. We talk about what happened in the week and why. And we also cover what to expect and watch for in the coming days. On Mondays, we have a Monday question and answers clinic. And Sundays, we always have these Sunday sessions. Coming towards the end of the month, the last Monday of the month, we have a review session, which is our Monday book club. And this month, we're currently talking about The Psychology of Money. So everyone's having a read of the book and we're making notes. And then at the end of the month, we'll summarize and make a nice list of our key takeaways from the book. So it's a really nice little community we're building. And here we have some server stats. We have our Masters of Trading welcome. So here tells you, welcomes people and says hello to everybody. We have here our start here, and we have some tags to our essential links, rules on how to behave, announcements. If we post anything on Twitter, it gets thrown in here. And also we put essential updates in here for where we have updates to indicators, or if there's a live stream about to start on a Zoom or whatever, we kind of like drop it in here. And essential links is exactly that. So we have our email, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and we have a couple of referral codes here which will earn you discounts on your trading fees on Binance and Coinbase. And then also we have a trading view, which is the software we use. There's a little link there to get you a discount. Then we have our MOT analyst. And in here, this is all free stuff. So we have free indicators, some documents here, which lead you to the X% a week compounding spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet we showed at the beginning. So the spreadsheet we showed at the beginning, you can go onto this and edit it to your circumstances. So if you've only got like 2,000 to make, if you can save up 2,000 or 3,000, you can then go and put that into the compounding spreadsheet and say, okay, so this is where I can get, this is how much money I can make. It's going to take me 5 years to get to my target of 1 million. But the target is there because then that gives you the comfort. When you have 1 million, you can make that money work for you. So here we have watch lists where you can click on these and follow our Masters of Trading watch lists. We have YouTube links, bot commands, share your trades, analyst chat, which is where people have a bit of a chat. And then we have the Analyst Plus, Analyst Pro, and Elites, which are paid for memberships. And these are going to be levels. So if you join Masters of Trading and you want to go to the Elites, you're going to have to spend some time in here and learn how to trade. And then further on, we're in the Analyst Pro. Then we have the Elite section, which is a premium membership service. And if we go to that, we can see we've also got to start here. Elite indicators, the documents, chart setups. Here we have Whip Trend, Watch and Learn, which is really cool. So you can jump into here and then you can watch how the indicators work. With that, watching the 15-second chart, basically watching that for 7 minutes will give you a month's worth of data. So it can increase your speed of learning of the indicator and how it works and how it moves. Down here we have Elite Chat, so people post in the chat and we answer to it. We're also running lives. The mentors and we're in the Elite live chat every day. Last couple of days I've been in MLT Analyst trying to answer any questions to potential customers and people who want to learn trading. And then the live chat is here. So the trades is what people are doing. And I mean, like if people are only after 3% a week, some of these guys, Sandeep actually is absolutely slaughtering it at the moment. But yeah, basically these are everyone's trades that they're doing. So everyone's on target to make 3% a week. So everyone's on target to be a millionaire in 3 years. Then we have our MLT Q&As. So we have general questions. So people ask general questions. Questions about indicators, questions about technical analysis, questions about psychology. And every week we go through the questions, and anything like news and noteworthy goes into the upcoming live questions. And then when we cover that in the question and answer clinic on a Monday, we cover all the important questions of the week. And it's a really good learning zone for people because, someone can say, hey, listen, I've been trading and I don't understand why this is doing this. And then we cover it and everybody learns from it. Then if we go down to the book club first, MOT book club, we have general questions, general chat, and then we also have a book, which currently is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And in here, we also have like a thread. So you can go into the thread and you can add some notes on it. So this is only just started as the book club, but this month we are doing the Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. At the end of the month, we have our book club live, which is the last Monday of every month. We'll go over the book, go over our notes, and basically create a lovely summary on the book and the key takeaways from that book. Every month will be a different book, obviously. Free news feed down here. You can go into here, you can go in general. It's like, okay, so here's like general news from BBC and so on and so forth. News, crypto. We've got whale alerts. and you can see everything where people are buying. Wow. This is quite amazing, actually. There's a lot of people buying XRP and sending it to unknown wallets. And then Twitter exchanges and so on. So yeah, there's lots of information, lots to have a play around with in our Discord community. So don't be afraid to do that. So any questions, jump into MOT Analyst, drop them in Analyst chat, and we will aim to either I can jump on a live and talk to you directly, or I will answer your questions in the actual chat. Again, thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.